to Gym Yoga. This is Ron. Today I'm going to teach you 3 poses with modifications designed to add flexibility and strength to your legs, your spine, and your shoulders. Remember to listen to your body and to warm up thoroughly before you begin. Now let's begin. Our first pose is the back bend preparation, and this will be your first modification pose. You're going to place the block underneath your spine. So inhaling, lift your pelvis up and place your block underneath your sacrum. Make sure that your tailbone is just slightly below the block, but that your vertebrae are not resting on your block. And you can have your block at this lowest level, or you can lift your block up to the mid-level, or have your block up on its highest level. In either case, your arms are down beside your hips. Interlock your fingers and roll your shoulders under. Hold this pose for 6 to 9 breaths, and when you're done, gently release and come out of the pose. Now, the second version of the back bend that we're going to do is the bridge pose. So in that same position, feet about hip width apart, inhale and lift your pelvis off the floor. Interlock your fingers and straighten your arms as you roll your shoulders underneath your back. Then, lift your toes off the floor to engage your legs. Press from your hips towards your knees and lift your pelvis up, and then draw your lower abdomen towards your sternum as you press your wrists and your forearms down into the floor. Be careful not to turn your head in this pose. After 6 to 9 breaths, then release and come down. Our next back bend pose is the same bridge pose, but this time with your hands supporting your pelvis. Remember not to turn your head in these poses. Lift your toes off the floor. Inhale, lift your pelvis up. Just like before, interlock your fingers, roll your shoulders under. Then when you're up as high as you can, lift up onto your toes and place your hands on your buttocks. Then let your weight settle back into your heels. Press from your hips towards your knees and lift your lower abdomen up to your sternum. Be careful not to turn your head in this pose. And after 6 to 9 breaths, release and carefully come down. Now our final pose is the full back bend, the full wheel. So this time bring your hands behind your head, your fingertips pointed towards your toes. Let's do that same thing. Lift your toes, engaging your legs, lift your pelvis up. Now let your weight drop into your hands and into your arms. Inhale and press into your arms. Come on. And look at the floor between your hands and hold this shape for 6 to 9 breaths. And then gently release and come down. And then roll over to your right side. Come sitting up. Thank you for participating today. I'm Ron from Gym Yoga, and I want you to feel the power and the suppleness in your legs and in your spine and in your shoulders from these 3 strength and flexibility yoga poses. Remember to cool down and to join me next week. If you have questions, comments, or feedbacks, please comment in the comments section. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube at Georgia State Recreational Services. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at GSU Recreation, or register for in-person classes at recreation.gsu.edu.
Namaste.